If I use the value normal, then what it indicates that forward, the direction is forward. It is used to specify whether animation is running or it is stopped. That's nothing but the paused. Animation direction is nothing but the normal. So for each property, I'm going to specify the value is called longhand. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on CSS animation. I'm your Revati ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, in my last session, I started with CSS animation. How we can able to add the effect to the object. Okay, what are the different kinds of object we can able to add? All those things we have discussed in my last session. So in my last session, I have discussed properties of animation. In that, I have discussed animation name, animation delay, animation duration, all those things. But in my today's session, I'm going to continue the animation property. In the sense what? In my last session, I have covered 5 different animation property. But in my today's session, I'm going to continue remaining animation property. In that first one, we have animation iteration. That's nothing but the count. Okay, so this specifies the number of time the animation should be repeated. Okay, fine. Suppose if I want to continue or if I want to repeat same kind of animation 3 times, 4 times or 5 times, then okay, I'm going to use the property called animation iteration, and I'm going to specify the number of times I want to repeat the animation. So I have the syntax. Okay, what is my property name? Animation iteration count. Okay, and what are the value I can able to specify? That is number and infinite. So number is what? How many times I want to repeat. For example, 5 times if I want to repeat same animation. So I'm going to specify the number 5. There are certain time if I want to repeat same animation infinite number, then I'll go with the value infinite. So here I have the value, at the same time I have the description. So I have the value, that is nothing but the number that defines how many times an animation should be displayed. So by default, it is 1 time. If I want to repeat 5 times or 10 times or 50 times, okay, then I want to specify the value. But by default, what is my value? It is 1. Infinite. Infinite in the sense what? Specifies that the animation should be played infinite time. So I'm not going to specify any particular time. Okay, so it is nothing but the infinite. Okay, fine. Then I have the property called animation direction. So in which direction? Okay, I want to have the animation. So this specifies the direction of the animation. So what are the animation direction I can have? I can have the number, I can have the reverse, I can have the alternate, or I can have the alternate reverse. So by using animation direction, I can able to specify the direction of an animation. If I consider the syntax, okay, what is my property? Animation direction is nothing but the property. What are the value I can have? I can have the normal, I can have the reverse, I can have the alternate reverse. Okay, fine. If I consider the values, okay, first I can have the normal. So what is normal? Normal is nothing but the default value. So normal is nothing but the default value, and if I use the value normal, then what it indicates that forward, the direction is forward. When I want forward direction, then I'll go with the formal. Suppose if I go with reverse, reverse in the sense what? Backward. And if I want backward animation, then I'll go with the reverse. And what about alternate? Okay, alternate is nothing but first I'm going to have the forward animation, then I'll go with the backward. So first forward, okay, then I'll go with the backward animation. Then alternate reverse. Okay, so alternate reverse in the sense what? First it is backward, then the object is going to move towards forward. So first object move towards backward and object is going to move towards forward is nothing but the alternate reverse. But if I consider alternate, first an object is going to move towards forward and same object is going to move towards backward is nothing but the alternate. These are the 4 different values I can have with my animation direction. Okay, fine. If I consider the example, okay, I have the example. What is the example? Program to rotate a box infinitely. I have the box. Okay, what's my object? Box. What I want to do? I want to rotate the box, okay, infinitely in anti-clock direction, not clockwise. It is anti-clock direction using animation, iteration count and animation direction property. So how to write the animation? First, I'll start with the keyframe. Okay, name of the animation is nothing but the rotate box. Okay, from okay, that is top 0 pixel. Okay, then 25%, that is top, 50% off and 75% off and 100%. Okay, so I'll start with 0 and gradually I'm going to move towards the end state, 0 to end state, and these are the 25%, 50% and 70% are nothing but the intermediate state. Now, okay, I'm going to have the selector div, okay, and I'm going to specify the width of the box, that is 100 pixel, height of the box is 100 pixel, and I'm going to specify the background color and I'm going to specify the position. So it is nothing but the relative. Then, okay, I'm going to have the animation name. What is the name of the animation? Rotate box, okay, and I'm going to have the duration. That's nothing but the 8 seconds. Then, okay, I'm going to have the animation count. Okay, I want to rotate the box infinite number. So, my value is infinite, okay. And animation direction is reverse. Reverse in the sense what? It is backward. Normal is nothing but the forward. And if I consider the reverse, reverse is nothing but the backward. Object is going to move towards backward. Okay, fine. Now I have one more animation, that is nothing but the animation fill mode. So this is my 8th property. So animation fill mode. This specifies what styles are applied. What are the different kinds of styles I can able to apply to the element before and after the animation. So, if I consider the syntax here, animation, fill mode, and what are the 3 possible values I can have? That is nothing but the none, forward and backward. So, I can have only 3 possible values, and if I consider none, none is nothing but the default value. So, animation will not apply any style to the element before or after the animation. So, when I don't want to apply any style to my object, okay, then I'll go with the none. Then what about forward? The element will retain the style value that is set by the last keyframe. Depends on the animation direction and animation count. So what is forward? Forward in the sense what? Whatever the last keyframe style it is defined, okay, that is considered as forward. So in my last keyframe, okay, I'm going to consider the animation direction and animation iteration count. Then what about backward? The element will get the style value that is set by the first keyframe. Okay, whenever I consider first keyframe element, okay, then I'll consider backward. When I want to consider first keyframe, then I'll consider backward. If I want to consider the last keyframe, then I'll go with the forward. So what are the property I can have? That is animation direction and animation delay period. These are the two property I can able to consider in my backward. So why I use animation fill mode? That is nothing but used to specify the style or apply to the HTML element. Okay, fine. Now I have the eighth animation property, that is nothing but animation play state. Okay, what are the two value I can have? That is paused and running. Okay, so it is used to specify whether animation is running or it is stopped. That's nothing but the paused. Okay, so I can have only two values, that is paused and running. For example, think that I have a ball and it is rotating. Okay, now if it is rotating, then it comes under running state. If it is stopped for a while, then it comes under paused state. So I have the property animation play state. So what is my property name? Animation play state. And what are the two possible values I can have here? Running state and paused state. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider pause, specifies that the animation is for time being, it is stopped or paused. Then running, it's a default value, specifies that animation is running. Okay, fine. Now, okay, what I want to do, I want to write a program to move a box from left to right and right to left. So I want to move a box from left to right and right to left. That's nothing but the vice versa. Okay, using animation fill mode and animation play state property. Okay, fine. See here, I'm going to create a animation. That's nothing but the name of the animation. So what's my name of the animation? That is nothing but move box. So what's my starting point, starting state? That's nothing but the top. Okay, and what is my ending state? Top 0, left 100 pixel. Okay, fine. So I have defined my animation. Okay, name of the animation is nothing but the move box. I want to move the box. So how I'm going to move? Left to right and right to left. Now I have the selector called div. It is element selector. Okay, I'm going to specify the width of the box 100 pixel, height of the box, it is 100 pixel, and I'm going to specify the color of the background color of the box, that's nothing but the red. And I'm going to specify the position, that is nothing but the relative. Okay, and I have the property called animation name. Okay, and I'm going to define the user defined animation name, that's nothing but the move box. Then animation duration, okay, how many times? Okay, that is nothing but the duration is nothing but the 5 seconds. Next, how many times I want to repeat? That is nothing but the animation iteration count is 3. Animation direction, it is nothing but the alternative. Okay, animation direction is nothing but the alternative. Alternative in the sense what? That is towards forward and backward. Animation fill mode, that's nothing but the forward. Okay, animation play state is nothing but it is running box. So it is running. Okay, fine. This is the way I can able to apply the animation to any of the object. Now, okay, I have very important concept, that is longhand and shorthand properties. So I have two properties in my CSS, that is nothing but the longhand property and shorthand property. So what is longhand property? If I apply this style only for individual CSS property, okay, if I define this style only for individual CSS, okay, property, then it is called longhand. Then what about shorthand? If I apply multiple CSS properties, then it is called shorthand. Longhand single, shorthand multiple. Okay, fine. Now I have, okay, animation property, that is nothing but the ninth property. So that's nothing but the animation. So animation is shorthand. Shorthand in the sense what? Multiple values. Okay, what are the property I can have in my single animation? That's nothing but the animation name. I can have animation duration, animation timing, animation delay, animation iteration, animation direction. So what is the animation name? User defined animation name. User can able to give the name to the animation. That's nothing but the animation name. And what about animation duration? Okay, how long, okay, we are going to have the animation? Okay, is it for 5 seconds? Is it for 10 seconds? Is it for 15 seconds? Okay, animation timing function. Okay, animation delay. Okay, after some hours or after some second, okay, when we start the animation, that's nothing but the animation delay. Animation iteration, number of times, okay, we want to repeat the animation. Then animation direction, is it forward, is it backward? Okay, all those things we can define in one single CSS property. So what is a shorthand? Here shorthand is nothing but, okay, multiple CSS property. We can have multiple CSS properties in one single line as called shorthand property. Okay, fine. Now I have animation play state. So, okay, play state in the sense what? See here, I have animation, okay, name, duration, timing, okay, delay. In the sense what? I'm going to apply the shorthand property. So, in one single animation, okay, I'm going to apply the multiple animation property. Okay, so I can able to specify the name of the animation, duration of the animation, number of time, okay, we want to repeat the animation, delay in the animation, okay, direction of the animation, all those things we can able to write. So this is the example for shorthand property. So where name specifies the name of the animation, duration specifies the length of time it take for animation to complete one cycle, timing function specifies the speed curve of the animation. Okay, delay specifies the delay before the animation starts. Iteration is nothing but the number of times we are going to repeat the animation, and direction specifies the direction of the animation. Okay, fine. Now see here, okay, I have the example for longhand and shorthand. See here. In longhand, we are going to specify single CSS property. So I have the animation name and I'm going to specify the name of the animation. If I consider animation duration, okay, I'm going to specify the duration of the animation, that is in the form of seconds and milliseconds. Then I'm going to have the animation timing function. I'm going to specify, okay, linear. Then I'm going to have the animation delay and I'm going to specify 1 second. Animation iteration count, in the sense what number of times I want to repeat the animation, so I'll go with infinite. Animation direction is nothing but the normal. So for each property, I'm going to specify the value, is called longhand. And what about shorthand? For the single property, okay, for the single property, I'm going to specify multiple values. So I have animation, okay, this is nothing but the name of the animation change code, then this is nothing but the animation duration, okay, and I'm going to specify the animation timing function, and I'm going to specify the animation delay, and I'm going to specify the animation iteration count, and I'm going to specify the animation direction. So I'm going to write all the thing in one single line is called multiple CSS property. Okay, fine. Now, dear student, okay, I'm going to have the simple example here, that is program to change background color of a box using shorthand property. So, I'm going to start with the keyframe property, okay, and I'm going to write, what I'm writing? Name of the animation, that is nothing but the change color, okay. Then I'm going to specify the starting state, and I'm going to specify the ending state, okay. And I'm going to use the element selector, okay. I'm going to specify the width, height. At the same time, I'm going to specify the background color, that is nothing but the red. Position is nothing but the relative. Then I'm going to specify the animation with the values, that's nothing but the animation name, animation duration, okay, type of the animation, how many times I want to repeat the animation, okay, all those things I'm going to write in one single line, okay. This kind of representation is called shorthand property. So I'm going to specify multiple animation property in one single line is called shorthand property. Now, dear student, okay, I can have the multiple animation. So still now we are discussing only about the single animation. Same way I can have the multiple animation. In CSS, you can apply multiple animation to a single element, okay. Suppose if I want to apply multiple animations, okay, think that I have a ball, okay, and I want to apply multiple animation to that object, then I can have the multiple animation. Let's see how we can able to define multiple animation. For that, I have a program to change background color of a box, okay. So what I want to do, I want to change the background color. At the same time, I want to move the box, okay, from left to right using shorthand property. Over. So I'll start with @keyframes. Okay, I'm going to specify the name of the animation, that is nothing but the change color. Okay, I'm going to specify the starting state, and I'm going to specify the ending state of the animation. Then see here, I have the element selector, and I'm going to specify the width of the box, height of the box, background color, and position of the box. Now, see here, okay, animation, I'm going to specify the name of the animation, over, and I'm going to specify the time duration, direction, okay, how many times I want to repeat the animation, all those things I'm going to specify. At the same time, okay, this is my another animation name, okay, that is move box, okay, and I'm going to specify the duration, okay, and how many times I want to repeat, all those things I'm going to define. So this is nothing but the multiple animation. For one single object, I can able to apply multiple animation, and this is the simple code illustrate to how we can able to apply multiple animation to one single object. Okay, fine. Now, okay, how we can able to declare multiple animation for that, okay. So what is change color? Change color is nothing but the name of the animation, okay. Then the animation lasts for 5 seconds. I just want only for 5 seconds. So I'm going to specify the duration. And animation has a linear timing. Animation starts after 1 second. That is nothing but the animation delay. Okay, how many times animation is going to repeat? That is infinite time. Animation runs in normal direction. Okay, this is all about how we can able to apply multiple animation. Anyway, dear student, in my today's class, I started with animation property. In my previous class, I explained 1 to 5 animation property, and in my today's class, I continued the same animation property, that is from 6 to 10. Anyway, dear student, from the examination point of view, animation property is very, very important. And in my next session, I'm going to deal with CSS transitions. That is nothing but the cascading style sheet transition. Anyway, dear students, let's meet in the next session with one more important topic, that is CSS transition. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.